Hey everyone, I'm Stewart, your Northeast Ohio Realtor, working across Cleveland, Mentor, Concord, Willoughby, and Lake County. Today's big question, is Northeast Ohio really facing a housing crisis? Here's a stat that might surprise you. Cleveland's home prices rose by around 15% in just 1 year, but still remain nearly 70% below the national average. In this video, we'll walk through home prices, inventory levels, supply versus demand trends, affordability issues, who's most affected, and what's being done. I'll share real data and insights, explain what it means for you, and help you see past the headlines. Stick around, because the truth may be more complicated than you think. Northeast Ohio's housing market is a contrast. Prices aren't skyrocketing, but they're rising steadily. Cleveland's median sale price sits around $132,000, an increase of about 5% year over year. Meanwhile, statewide, median home values are hovering near $231,000, up roughly 7% year over year. In Ekron, prices are climbing at around 4 to 5% annually. That's solid growth, yet well below the national median of over $400,000. Inventory remains right. Ohio's supply is just around 2 to 3 months, which typically signals a seller's market. Rental markets are equally stretched. Rents in the state increased over 16% year over year, and vacancy rates remain low, under 4 to 5% in many cities. So yes, prices are rising, but we must weigh that against affordability and demand across the region. Supply simply hasn't kept pace with demand. Nationally, housing starts to fall nearly 10% in recent months, including a nearly 30% drop in multifamily starts. Locally, new residential construction in Northeast Ohio remains modest. Builders are cautious due to high rates and economic uncertainty. Meanwhile, population shifts are mixed, but jobs remain strong in healthcare, technology, and logistics, especially around Cleveland. That's attracting steady demand. At the same time, many homeowners hold equity and aren't selling, which collapses inventory further. This mismatch, like strong demand but limited supply, is fueling faster price growth than income gains. Prospective buyers often face bidding war situations even at moderate price levels. So, while nationally things may be cooling, here we remain in a competitive market. Let's talk affordability. Historically, Ohio's median home was around 2.6 times the median household income, making ownership increasingly challenging. Today, many households still spend over 30 to 50% of income on rent or mortgage, especially first-time buyers or low-income families. With mortgage rates hovering near 7%, monthly costs have spiked, eroding affordability. Even though home values remain below national levels, the cost of financing has squeezed buyers. At the same time, wages have not kept pace. So while home values rose 7 to 15% in many local markets, income rose much slower. The result is a widening gap for renters and buyers, even in affordable metros like Cleveland or Ekron. This imbalance hits specific groups the hardest. First-time buyers, often age 38, on average face steep competition and narrow margins. Seniors on fixed incomes or low-income renters often struggle to find affordable long-term rentals or homes. In some urban neighborhoods, gentrification and rising prices push long-time residents out, creating displacement and housing insecurity. Across Northeast Ohio, homelessness continues to rise slightly, with over 10,000 people in Ohio facing homelessness in recent years, many impacted by housing shortages. These are real human stories, workers, families, retirees caught between rising home costs and limited options. Thankfully, there are efforts underway. Cleveland recently secured a site for modular home development, partnering with manufacturers to build up to 5,000 affordable units in neighborhoods like Buckeye and Clark Fulton. Statewide, Ohio allocates upwards of $500 million annually in tax credits and funding for affordable housing development. Some cities are adjusting zoning to allow higher density or accessory units. But it's not enough yet. Some projects are early pilot stages, and policy lag still limits large-scale relief. progress is promising, but still catching up to the demand gap. So, is Northeast Ohio in a housing crisis? The data shows clear affordability challenges, tight supply, and rising competition. But it also shows resilience, slower price levels compared to coastal markets, and growing local initiatives. This could be framed as a market correction, not a crisis, especially if supply improves and incomes catch up. For now, it's a seller's market, but one defined by middle value homes, not national sticker shock. What you can do: plan early, get pre-approved, shop strategically, and consider all property types, including modular, condos, or emerging areas. The future may shift, but for now, buyers need clarity more than fear. I'd love to hear your take. Are you feeling this squeeze in Northeast Ohio? Share your experience in the comments. Let's spark a meaningful conversation. If you're considering buying, selling, or relocating here, I'd be happy to provide a personal market snapshot and guide you through local options. Reach out via call or text 216-440-7653, email at sstewart@kw.com, or visit www.stewartteamhomes.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on Northeast Ohio real estate and deep dives like this. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay empowered, and I'll see